Hello there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jaredon Smith. I am a guitar player, music educator, composer based out of the Greater Toronto area, and I'm sitting on my couch. Honestly, I find talking to cameras kind of uncomfortable and awkward for me, so I guess that's just something I have to work on. But honestly, I just wanted to introduce myself a little bit. Most of this channel will be me playing guitar anyway, so this is probably the most you'll ever hear me talk. I've been playing guitar for, I don't know, about 12 or 13 years maybe, most of my life. I really like jazz. That's kind of my bag. Jazz guitar is my thing. I also love all sorts of like rock styles. I play in this indie rock band called Punch You. I have some of my own solo jazz stuff under the works right now, and some other like indie rock projects that I'll probably be announcing at a later date and time. Yeah, other than that, other than guitar, I really like to cook. I like barbecuing over charcoal and fire. I like video games. This little lime bubbly thing is my favorite. It's my favorite flavor of bubbly is this lime thing. Yeah. I also love to teach. I love teaching guitar privately. Also in groups. I've done a little bit of group teaching. But I love to teach guitar privately. I am still taking students right now, so if learning guitar, any aspect of guitar is of interest to you, you can shoot me an email, shoot me a message on wherever you can find me. I'll drop some links in this comment section. Beginner guitar, intermediate, some more advanced stuff, chord melodies, improvisation, rock guitar, blues, reading music, ear training, theory, sort of any of that stuff, like anything in the realm of sort of like music, composing, arranging, that sort of stuff. I love to teach all of it, all sorts of skill levels. So just shoot me a message and we'll figure something out. Other than that, it's a bit about myself. Today I wanted to just like talk about just three really general practice guidelines that I myself am actively working on. I have found that have been helping me in sort of my practicing journey as of lately, and I think it might be helpful to you as well. So the first thing I want to talk about, the first out of three that I want to talk about today is this. Set goals and reward yourself. So I find it really helpful to set goals, no matter how big or small, because it's a great way to sort of measure your progress. So, and it's okay if like it can be anything from I'm going to learn 10 chords today, or it can be as small and as bite-sized as I'm going to master one scale in a month. So if you carve out some practice time and you master this one scale in a month, you reach that goal, and now you've sort of got like a benchmark, and now you can sort of like conceptualize how much time it's going to take you to learn one scale, and from there you can either practice less or practice more. Like I understand everyone's sort of, everyone's busy and everyone's got their own approach to sort of practicing their instrument and music, but if you can set goals for yourself, at least you can conceptualize how long it'll take you personally to sort of internalize a concept. And once you reach that goal, reward yourself somehow. So for me personally, I'll maybe set a goal for an hour. For an hour, I'm going to practice this one piece of music. After that hour, I'll play something that I really like. We have like the hard practice stuff, but the fun stuff of playing music. So maybe this is rock tune I want to learn how to play. And after 1 hour of practicing this one concept, so maybe a scale, I'll complete an hour, and then I'll reward myself by playing something fun. Or it doesn't have to be a reward, like a musical reward. It could be like, reach your hour-long goal or half-hour-long goal of learning 10 chords, and after that, go play video games. Don't burn yourself out, even if it's for 10 minutes, practice a song for 10 minutes, even if you don't completely learn it all the way. After that 10 minutes, put your instrument down, go for a walk, get a snack, do what you need to do. So set goals, reward yourself. That's something that I found super helpful. This next one, I'm going to walk over to my desk because this is where I practice. Okay. The next one that I want to talk about is, and this is more of a guitar player specific one, is be mindful of your posture. So guitar posture can be deceptive in that there's not one crucial way to sort of have one crucial posture to have when you're playing guitar. It's not as crucial to the instrument, and by that I mean when you compare it to other instruments such as like a wind instrument, you have to sit a certain way to make sure that you get the maximum, most efficient amount of breath support. And like drums, you have to sit a certain way to get to maximize the efficiency of how you're moving your body. So with guitar, you can, here I'll move the camera a bit. Guitar, you can put the guitar on your right lap, you can sort of put it in between on your left lap. You can cross either leg, you can sit back a bit. You can have a strap that puts your guitar up here. You can have a strap that puts your guitar down there. There's all these sorts of different ways to sit with it. So it's kind of deceptive in how we're supposed to sit with our posture. But there's a few things that you want to keep in mind, whichever way that you hold the guitar, just to sort of protect your body and just sort of maximize just the energy flow for the instrument. The first thing I'll say is make sure that your wrists are straight. You want to make sure that your wrists aren't bending in any sort of weird way, especially when you get into some more complicated chords. You might have to start stretching your fingers a lot, and you want to be moving your arm to sort of accommodate your wrists, and so watch and make sure that your wrists are straight. Also, think about your entire body as a way, your entire body is playing the guitar. And by that I mean, take a second before you play something hard to relax all the muscles in your body. Make sure you're breathing, deep ins and outs, and you want to make sure that your shoulders are nice and relaxed and not tense. Unclench your jaw. And you basically want all the muscles in your body to be relaxed, because that's going to extend into your hands. Because when you're playing, no matter what you're doing, you want your hands to be as loose as possible. You don't want to tense up, because when you start to tense up, you lose the dexterity in your fingers and in your hands, and that prevents you from playing, getting into sort of some speed stuff and some more technical fingerings. So you want to make sure that your hands are nice and loose. So like when you're strumming, make sure that your wrist is nice and fluid and you're not strumming with your arm, and just always be mindful of the muscles in your body. Make sure that they're nice and loose, and that you're not tensing up your hands. An extension on that, even when you're not playing guitar, just listen to your body. Drink water, stay hydrated, eat properly, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to feel good, and if you're not feeling good, you're not going to want to play your instrument. So so that's that one. I'm going to sit back down on my couch for the last one. Okay, so this is the last sort of general practice tip that I have. Approach metronome playing in a non-linear fashion. And by that I mean, if you're trying to work up speed, whether that be in an etude or a guitar solo or some scales or chord playing, you don't want to just be bumping up the metronome speed, once a day and leaving it there and never going back down again. Rather than practicing by mastering a speed, bumping it up, I find it's more effective to bump up the metronome speed a little bit, then go back and just double check, and then bump it up again and go back down 10 BPM. Because sometimes we can practice something super fast and it starts to become muscle memory, and then once we slow down the metronome and slow down the tempo, oftentimes we can feel that it's harder to play something way slower than way fast. And sort of just to tag on tempos, and this is something that you don't sort of realize until you start playing tunes in all sorts of different tempos. 60 BPM versus 100 versus 120 versus 135, they all feel different. They've all got their own sort of vibes. And sometimes there's going to be an in-between speed that's going to feel a lot harder and have as much different vibe than a speed that's 50 BPM faster or 50 BPM slower. We did this exercise in my first year at Humber where Ted Quinlan in masterclass made us warm up with a B flat major scale at a stupidly slow speed. Like we were talking like one note like per 30 seconds. And it was so hard to play that scale slowly, even though I've done it a million times fast. And then as we got faster, it got a little bit easier. So the point of the warm-up was to practice just being really mindful of your tempo, and then, working your way up. So approach metronome practice in a non-linear fashion. So bump it up if you're trying to work up to something faster, but don't get too ahead of yourself. Just sort of sit with a nice slow tempo before you start to go faster. And then maybe take it down a few notches just to double check where you are, double check your posture, your breathing, your finger positions, and so on. So those are the sort of general practice techniques that I've been working on that have helped me. Set goals and reward yourself. Be mindful of your posture, listen to your body, make sure you're not too tense, and also approach the metronome in a non-linear fashion. And just be patient with yourself. These things take time. And so these things have sort of helped me. I hope this video sort of helped you a little bit of an introduction to myself and my channel. I'll drop some links in the section that you drop links in. What's it called? The description. The description. I hope this has been helpful. My name's Jared Smith. Send me a message if you want to talk about guitar lessons. Okay, bye.